This is BBC One. Now a party election broadcast by the Liberal Democrats.
I've been doing town hall meetings for a good year, if not more now, all around the country.
It's not a policy, it's not a number, it's not a statistic, it's just doing things differently.
Politicians are making a complete spectacle of themselves at the moment. People have lost faith in politicians, they don't trust them. This is just one attempt to try and cut through that and say, look, just come and talk to me. Anybody can come, ask me anything. There's no spin, I don't know what the questions are. What they really value is simply being listened to and having the opportunity to say what they want, to get stuff off their chest. I hope this kind of thing brings some of what our democracy is about to life.
Politics at the end of the day is about values. It's about the kind of values that you feel we as a country should be trying to pursue. I think it's a no-brainer. Of course you've got to go with the people who you think broadly share your values. And if you do, yes, then you can create change. Who would have been around to represent those millions of people in this country who didn't think it was right to invade Iraq? Who would have been around to represent those millions of people who think that we should be cherishing our civil liberties rather than trashing them? I think if you look at all the big issues of the day, we have made a massive contribution to that debate, which has enriched our democracy. I wouldn't be standing here in front of you. I really wouldn't be if I didn't think that the only way we're going to do things differently is by not simply playing Tweedledee, Tweedledum with the old establishment parties. I personally think the Labour Party is in terrible, terrible trouble now, completely lost its way, doesn't know what it's in politics for. I don't believe people think that anything would really be that different under the Conservatives. So I think it's a great opportunity. But yes, it's my job and that of my colleagues to get out there and explain to people that they shouldn't just shrug their shoulders, that there is a chance for change. We've got an economy drowning in debt, and yet we're producing generations of students with debt hanging around their neck. How come, since when has the answer to debt been more debt? That's why I'm still implacably opposed to tuition fees, because I think you're just churning people out of college and university when they should be as optimistic and lively and happy about their futures, liberated to really get ahead, and instead they're way down with this dead weight of debt. The main priority for us would be an across-the-board and very, very big tax cut for people on low incomes and middle incomes. The British tax system, it looks like it's a great big Swiss cheese. It's got great big holes in it. But the only people who can exploit those holes, those loopholes, are the very rich, who can pay fancy accountants, or big companies. The government itself has admitted that these loopholes are losing us as a nation about £40 billion. It's almost an unimaginable sum every year. And what I'm saying is, by closing those loopholes, making the system simple, fair, make sure the people at the top pay their fair share, under our calculations, you could generate around 18 billion pounds, which you could hand back penny for penny, pound for pound, in big tax cuts for people on low and middle income. You could take a lot of people out of tax altogether. Thanks very much.
There was a party election broadcast by the Liberal Democrats.